reports grandmother for alleged child abuse as police investigate grievous harm against 10-year-old. Orange Walk police hunt for suspect in alleged domestic violence assault. Northern Regional Hospital partners with Japanese Embassy for new ambulance enhanced emergency services. These are some of the stories we have for you tonight in our newscast for Wednesday, December 4th, 2024.
Are you ready to light up the holiday season? Join us for Centaur's annual Christmas parade on December 14th. It's the perfect way to celebrate with your community and create lasting memories. Whether you're participating with a float, marching with a group, or simply coming to spectate, there's a place for everyone to enjoy the magic of the holidays. Call 670-9177 to register free of cost. Happy holidays from Centaur Communications Corporation Limited.
Good evening. With your news also simulcast on Fiesta FM 106.7, I am Joanna Rodriguez. In a troubling case of domestic violence, the Orange Walk Police Department is actively seeking Jesus Monroy following an alleged altercation with his common-law wife, Selfa Cabrera. According to reports, the incident unfolded at a local shop in the village of Buena Vista. Cabrera states that during their encounter, Monroy accused her of having an affair with a mutual friend. The situation quickly escalated when Cabrera returned home and discovered Monroy's motorcycle parked nearby. Cabrera alleges that shortly after her arrival, Monroy ambushed her, covering her mouth and nose before the two became engaged in a physical struggle. During the confrontation, Monroy reportedly held Cabrera against the wall, leading to injuries that have been documented by medical authorities. A medical officer has officially certified Monroy's actions as wounding, and the police are now urging the public to assist in locating him. The police department is emphasizing the importance of addressing domestic violence cases and encouraging victims to seek help and support. A 30-year-old mother has reported a harrowing incident involving her 10-year-old daughter and the child's grandmother to police. The confrontation took place in the village of Calcutta and has led to a police investigation into allegations of severe child abuse. According to Corozal Police, the incident occurred on the morning of Friday, the 22nd of November. The minor was visiting her aunt's house when, according to the minor, her grandmother heated a large spoon on the fire and threatened her, stating, "Get ready because I will burn your mouth because you lie." As the grandmother approached the child with the heated utensil, the terrified 10-year-old attempted to evade her. Despite her efforts, the grandmother managed to inflict burns on the sides of the minor's face and neck, causing her significant pain. Medical professionals assessed the injuries and classified them as grievous harm. Officers have since compiled the evidence and submitted the files to the Director of Public Prosecutions, DPP, for further instructions on what charges will be brought against the grandmother. The suspect is currently wanted by Corozal Police. We know that the name of the accused has been excluded from the story so as to protect the child's identity. As the holiday season approaches, contributing to a surge in business activity, a dark side has emerged in this bustling period. A distressing incident unfolded recently when a taxi operator in western Belize became the target of a violent robbery, leaving both the victim and the community shaken. According to eyewitness accounts, a Guatemalan merchant arrived at the Benqueviejo bus terminal and boarded a four-door taxi intending to travel to the western border. However, the journey took a terrifying turn shortly after departing. The taxi driver, who was later identified as the assailant, made a sudden wrong turn onto Arenal Road, claiming he needed to pick up an order. It was at this moment that the situation escalated. The driver pulled out a knife, brandishing it menacingly against the merchant's neck and threatening to end his life if he didn't surrender all valuables. In an alarming display of fear, the merchant complied, handing over a wallet containing $1,700 in cash and about $1,000 in Guatemalan currency, the earnings of his business. The merchant described the assailant as brown-skinned Hispanic male with short, straight black hair. Local law enforcement is currently investigating the incident and has begun reviewing surveillance footage from the area in hopes of identifying the perpetrator and bringing him to justice. This morning, the Northern, Regional Hospital signed a memorandum of understanding with the Japanese Embassy for the procurement of a new ambulance to be used in the Northern Health Region. The donation comes through the Grant Assistance for Grassroots and Human Security Project. The project is valued at over $100,000 and seeks to strengthen the emergency response transportation mechanism at the Northern Regional Hospital and by extension the entire Northern Health Region. Today's contract signing marks the first step in ensuring that the people of Orange Walk can soon benefit from better equipped ambulatory services, according to Japanese Ambassador, His Excellency Nobuyuki Shirakata.
It is an honor for me to attend the grant contract ceremony concerning the project for the provision of ambulance for Northern Regional Hospital. Funding support in the amount of $103,850.
Health Minister Honorable Kevin Bernard was also in attendance in today's milestone ceremony. The addition of a new ambulance to the Northern Region, according to Minister Bernard, will ensure more accurate and timely services.
The fact that we are able to sign today a dream that was written, once a proposal, but now becoming a reality. And I listen to Mr. Raban when he said about the process that it entailed. I can share my own experience when I was mayor of Orange Walk and I worked through the grassroots human security project when we were trying to get equipment for the municipality. I know the very tedious work and the many emails and discussions that you have to have. And so I want to thank those who were behind the scenes at the administration level to provide the necessary information, because without your input, the project wouldn't have been a fruition today or a success. And so this generous donation of over 207,000 Belize dollars is definitely something that is important, but not only important for us, but beneficial to the citizens who will access this service. As highlighted, less than 50% of the real needs in terms of ambulatory services sometimes are met. And so we are always looking at ways how we can access new equipment, new vehicle for facilities. And it is the type of leadership, it is in being proactive in your approaches that are able to acquire these type of support. And so I want to thank you all for being instrumental in making sure this also is a reality.
The ambulance is expected to be in the country in the first quarter of the new year, marking the culmination of a process which started as just a proposal back in 2022.
As we know, today is just the signing of the grant. However, the ambulance should be handed over in the first quarter of 2025, and which will add to the necessary vehicle fleet that we need here at Regional Hospital, which is our referral hospital. And as Ms. Tillett said, this facility does not only service the people in our district, but the Corozal district. We have people who come from the Belize district and neighboring communities as well that gets service here. And I will always stand in support of our people at the Northern Regional Hospital. I always say sometimes we get the negatives, but it is not the negative that we should focus on. We should improve on those things. However, we should always try to showcase the positive results that have come out from the Northern Regional Hospital. And so I implore on all of you, staff and employees of the Northern Regional Hospital, to continue to do your part, to continue to ensure that we are providing optimal service to our citizens who come to this facility to get the necessary care that they need.
In addition to continued partnership within the health region, Ambassador Shirikata today also shared his country's vision for additional support in critical areas like agriculture, community development, and education.
Going forward, the government of Japan will continue to work in close collaboration with our Belgian counterpart in the critical area of development such as health emergency, care response, agriculture, community development, and education, all of which are critical pillars in materially designing the human security concept. On that note, Minister Bernard and other esteemed officials, let me end the saying once more that Japan is pleased to see the fruition of our latest health medical cooperation with for Northern Regional Hospital.
Coming up next, nationwide solidarity. Belize prays for Ocean Academy students and teachers following tragic accident. Stay tuned.
Are you ready to light up the holiday season? Join us for Centaur's annual Christmas parade on December 14th. It's the perfect way to celebrate with your community and create lasting memories. Whether you're participating with a float, marching with a group, or simply coming to spectate, there's a place for everyone to enjoy the magic of the holidays. Call 670-9177 to register free of cost. Happy holidays from Centaur Communications Corporation Limited.
The entire country of Belize is joining with the island of Cape Cocker as they continue to pray for the recovery of its students and teachers who were involved in a road traffic accident in Orange Walk Town on Friday. The 10 students and 2 teachers of Ocean Academy in Cape Cocker were making their way to Orange Walk to participate in the high school regional basketball tournament, which was to take place on Saturday, November 30th. The team, who was traveling in a van, experienced 2 tire blowouts and overturned. Of the 12 persons who were traveling in that van, tonight 3 remain in critical conditions. According to an update from the high school, those persons include 18-year-old Alexander Bainton, who is intubated in a coma with head trauma and is described as an extremely critical condition. 17-year-old Gilbert Tech is intubated in an induced coma in the ICU. He received a CT scan yesterday. They are hoping he will stabilize, and once stabilized, doctors plan to reverse his medically induced coma and begin treatment on his spinal injury and broken femur. He will need to be transported out of Belize for spinal surgery. Teacher Zane Zuniga's spine is damaged, causing paralysis. The school reports that the damage includes the area that affects his ability to breathe. So he needs surgery to repair his spine to save his life, and that surgery is not available in Belize. The hope was to have him transported to Guatemala.
For the students that have had a blowout, we are still struggling to come together. This year has been hard hit. From the beginning of the year, we've had a fire, and it's been like one unimaginable event to the next, but we're surviving. I believe we're finding more of a community spirit, and that's the bottom line, that we are there for each other. Maybe that's the bigger lesson in all of this. And we really are just asking for prayers for these young men. They're so young, with bright futures, and we're just hoping that, all the prayers, that everyone would pray for them, because we're still hoping deep down that they can come home. Today we had another student reach home, so we're very happy for that. But we know that, he's a little bit sad. He can't completely be joyous because, he's uncertain of if his friends will come home, if his teammates will come home. So it's a rather tragic experience for these students. Very stressful, very traumatic. For everybody that was on the van and those that were behind. So we ask that, everybody just be, conscious of that, and all we're really asking for is consideration and prayers at this time. It's a very, very difficult time for teachers, students, and everybody who's trying to pool efforts together to pay bills, because the bills are mounting. Medical bills are not cheap in Belize, in nowhere. So we're just trying to pool efforts together.
The cost of airlifting and doing surgery on teacher Zane Zuniga is expected to cost above $100,000 in Guatemala. To assist in Ocean Academy and the Keycocker Village Council as they continue to pool efforts to get these persons the life-saving attention that they need, you can make monetary contributions to Atlantic Bank in Belize, account number 100299151, in the name of Ocean Academy High School, labeled deposits or transfers as medical assistance. 6 villages in southern Belize are receiving a pre-Christmas gift thanks to the government of Belize and UNDP. Today, 2 projects were launched in Toledo at the Lee Richardson Building in Belmopan, just ahead of the Christmas holidays. Representatives from various government ministries and CEOs were present to celebrate the launch of the projects. The dual initiative is financed by the IBSA Fund, the Joint SDG Fund, UNDP, and the Government of Belize. Elmer Cornejo provides the details in the following story.
After years of stagnation marked by a staggering 60% poverty rate, the Toledo district is poised for a transformative shift with the launch of the United Nations Support to Rural Electrification and the NDC 3.0 project. The initiative was officially unveiled this morning in Belmopan and aims to uplift 6 communities in the southern district. The dual project, a collaborative effort primarily funded by the United Nations Development Fund UNDP, is set to kick off this December, with significant developments anticipated by January 2025. Valentino Schall, CEO of the initiative, articulated the urgency and intent behind the projects, noting that they are specifically targeted to uplift local livelihoods.
And UNICEF. These projects are targeted at improving the quality of life of rural residents in the Toledo district, and it has to do with water and sanitation and electrification. Not just electrification, but electrification using renewable energy, which in this case is solar. We're going to target at least up to 6 villages with these 2 projects. 3 are targeted for rural electrification, These are Otosha, Mabilha, and Nalumka. And we will do water and sanitation projects in these communities, in addition to identifying 3 more as we begin to execute the project. Well, they're launched today, so we will begin now the preliminary aspects of the projects, which includes putting together steering committees, beginning to engage further with the communities to plan the interventions, have community meetings, discuss how this is going to roll out in the villages. And so that's going to start soon. We're going to start this month. I think by early next year we will start to see actually things happening on the ground for these communities. We want to move fast. We want to begin to ensure that they are aware that this is not just something we're talking about, but we're really going to make these changes together with them in their communities. So,
Michael Lund, Deputy Resident Representative of UNDP, highlighted the critical role the organization plays in the project's execution.
These 2 particular projects, UNDP is the main UN recipient of the funding. We received 2 sets of funds, one from the India, Brazil and South Africa fund, and one from the joint SDG fund. And UNDP is the main implementer together with the ministries in rolling out these 2 projects.
And there's so many projects that UNDP has been supporting in Belize. How do we see that transforming the lives of Belizeans?
That's a good question. Yeah, so we have 2 main portfolios in the country as it is now. We have our nature, climate and environment. A lot of that is what these 2 projects falls under. So there's both rural development aspects, but we also work on the more upstream, on the policy elements, on climate finance. What was mentioned, the integrated national financing framework was focusing on climate. So also the upstream policy elements. We have the other portfolio that we have is inclusive growth, governance. And there, for example, we have a project with the judiciary that's called PACE project with EU funding that is supporting the judicial sector. Of course, the e-mobility is also a project that UNDP is implementing. So those are the 2 main areas that UNDP is focused on at the moment to help Belize.
The Toledo district has had the unenviable distinction of holding the highest poverty rate in the country, a trend that has persisted for several years. The Statistical Institute of Belize reports that the poverty level is a shocking 60%, highlighting the urgency for intervention. The newly launched project intends to address this pressing issue head-on.
The way to reduce poverty is to be targeted. And so from the statistics that we have and the data that we have, it's very obvious that rural Toledo continues to present a high rate of poverty, and in this case multidimensional poverty, which includes health, education, employment and access to basic services. And so we have been working at addressing this through interventions and working directly with the communities, and we have improved a lot of access to services for communities. For instance, Mabilha is a very famous one that we did, transforming that community entirely. But it's hard work, and it takes the partnership that we have, for instance, here with the India, Brazil, South Africa Fund, for instance, and of course the agencies of the UN system who have been working with us collaboratively. And so it takes a lot of work to do, but I think with the partnership that we have seen progress already, and we'll continue to work on that.
The dual initiative is anticipated not only improve access to electricity, but also stimulate local economies and create job opportunities within the selected communities. As the Toledo district embarks on this new chapter, leaders remain hopeful that these foundational improvements will lead to a substantial decline in poverty and offer residents a brighter, more prosperous future.
Well, we have the credibility of the UN system on this process. They're the ones working with us on this. We are targeting the reduction of poverty, the well-being of our people. Whether elections are close or not, that has nothing to do with that. And it's obvious from the work that we have been doing at the Ministry of Rural Transformation that this is what we have been doing from day one. So it's just a continuation. So whether or not elections are close, that is not the rationale for doing this. The rationale for doing this is that the people's lives need to be improved, And if that happens to be this time, then that's what's going to happen. And will come and elections will go. But the work in improving the lives of of Belizean people, especially rural residents, need to continue.
And I had something on my phone, but I lost it. But I think yesterday.
As the project gears up for its December commencement, community members and stakeholders alike are eagerly awaiting the positive changes and development that will come with enhanced electrification and strategic support. Elmer Cornejo, CTV3 News.
In a promising development for public safety, Belize has recorded a significant decrease in murder rates, with 2023 witnessing only 87 murders, the lowest number seen in over 2 decades. This decline signals a continued effort by law enforcement and community initiatives to enhance safety in the region. According to authorities, the falling murder numbers are not just a fleeting trend. The data suggests that if the current trajectory continues, Belize is on track to achieve even lower figures in 2024. Commissioner of Police Chester Williams attributes this notable decline to effective police operations and community cooperation that followed a 3-month state of emergency.
Again, we continue to do our best in fighting crime and make the people of this country safe. Like you rightly said, we have seen that the murder numbers are trending down, even though we had a good year last year. 2024 so far is going well for us. While we do celebrate the accomplishment, I have to give thanks to those persons who are very instrumental in what we have been doing.
The Ministry of Agriculture, Food Security and Enterprise, in partnership with the Japan International Cooperation Agency, JICA, is introducing an innovative approach to help farmers in Belize increase their income. This initiative, known as the Smallholder Horticulture Empowerment and Promotion SHEP, empowers farmers by shifting the focus from simply growing crops to understanding and meeting market demands. By aligning production with buyer needs, farmers can improve their earnings and reduce waste. SHEP was created by JICA over 10 years ago and has helped farmers in 57 countries improve their harvest and find better markets to sell their products. It was introduced to Belize in March 2024 as part of a project to improve farming and sale opportunities during and after COVID-19. In July 2024, MFAC trained its agriculture officers with the SHEP method so they can teach farmers in every district how to use it. SHEP focuses on a simple idea. Instead of growing crops and then trying to sell them, farmers should plan what to grow based on what buyers want. This way, farmers can earn more and reduce losses. Farmers in different parts of Belize are already seeing the benefits. In Toledo, agriculture officers taught the United Producers Cooperative, UPC, how to do market survey and see what products are in demand. Group members will now use this knowledge to sell products like honey. In Stan Creek, the Hopkins Farmer Group is learning skills like planning their planting schedule and keeping farm records to improve their business. The SHEP program also been introduced at the academic level. Starting in 2025, students at the University of Belize will learn about SHEP in their agribusiness classes, helping them prepare to be successful farmers and agriculture professionals. To share what has been learned and celebrate the progress made, MAFSC and JICA will hold a special seminar on December 11, 2024 in the Cayo district, bringing together stakeholders to discuss the future of SHEP and the agricultural value chain improvement in Belize. And there is more news after the break. Stay tuned.
'Tis the season to be jolly, and this Christmas we're making your holiday even brighter. Get ready for Center's annual countdown to Mega Christmas Bram, a holiday extravaganza where you can win amazing prizes, play fun games, and experience the magic of Christmas like never before. Join us at the Orange Walk Central Park from December 2nd to the 13th as of 8 p.m. Viewers at home, you also have the opportunity to win too. All you need to do is tune in and play along. This Christmas, let us bring the magic of the season to you with Centaur's annual countdown to Mega Christmas Bram, where the spirit of Christmas shines bright. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from Centaur Communications Corporation Limited.
Today, a high-level bilateral meeting between Belize and Guatemala is being held to discuss the situation of the New World screwworm. The meeting is being hosted in Flores, Petén. The meeting is being hosted by the Guatemalan Vice Minister of Agriculture and Livestock for Petén and is being attended by CEO Servo Loaiza of the Ministry of Agriculture, Food Security and Enterprise. The purpose is to discuss the New World screwworm situation and the threat it poses to both countries given that Guatemala has active cases. Cooperation, sharing of information, collaboration, and joint activities are being discussed with a view to work together to deal with the New World screwworm problem. On December 3rd, 2024, the Blue Bond and Finance Permanence Unit BBFP hosted the Barbados Coastal Zone Management Unit CZMU and the Barbados Marine Spatial Planning Unit for an in-person peer-to-peer learning session. The purpose of this session was to provide the Barbados team with an in-depth understanding of the implementation and execution of the Belize Blue Bonds program, which has been recognized for its success. The BBFP shared insights on its governance structure and the alignment of the Blue Bond program with national and international conservation targets and initiatives. The peer learning session is part of a week-long Marine Spatial Plan MSP knowledge exchange between Belize and Barbados taking place from December 2nd to the 6th, 2024. The exchange includes a series of face-to-face engagements with key actors and institutions in Belize to share best practices, lessons learned, and innovative solutions in the formulation of MSPs in both countries. The Nature Conservancy, the strategic partner for both Belize and Barbados in the successful negotiation of the Blue Bond agreements, is supporting this exchange. This collaboration provides a valuable opportunity to foster meaningful partnerships between the teams in Barbados and Belize, who serve as technical conservation managers and government-appointed leads for MSP in their respective countries. The goal is to enhance understanding and integration of marine spatial planning, ocean conservation, protected area management, and the blue economy. The government of Belize and its partners continue to work towards the development of the Belize Sustainable Ocean Plan, BSOP, to promote the conservation and sustainable use of Belize's ocean space. This initiative aims to support a thriving and robust blue economy for the benefit of both nature and people. And that's the news. We invite you to join us for another newscast on Thursday, December 5th here on CTV3 News and Fiesta FM 106.7. Remember that to read a text version of the news, you can visit our website at ctv3belizenews.com. You can also log on to our Facebook page for current stories at facebook.com/CTV3BelizeNews or our YouTube channel at CTV3 News BZ. From all of us here at CTV3 News, thank you for watching and listening. Good night.